I was over there in a neighborhood, the other extension of Poinsettia, where it comes off of comes through
That's
the
where
neighborhood.
it started, right? That's what I heard.
It started east of El Camino Real.
Bressy Ranch. Overly.
Well, it's more closer to El Camino Real.
Because Bressy's right off.
Yeah, more to the east of where the fire started. When I was off in the neighborhood, I kept hearing boom, boom, and I don't know if it's something popping off, or the fire department could have been, or the fire department was shooting flares, for backfire.
Oh, well, that's, I don't know.
It's the only thing I can think of.
I've heard, what do they call
You
those?
can see the one over there, and there's over there at Pendleton. I was down at Fairbanks Ranch yesterday, and found myself in Fairbanks Ranch, and I was at the head of the fire. The smoke was coming through the trees. No ash. One kid, one of the evacuees said, "Oh, there's some ashes," and I said, "Oh, well, wait for the embers." Huh? There was a lot of evacuees over in Fairbanks Ranch. I said, "You're sitting here in Fairbanks Ranch and you're surrounded by trees. Could I get you to think about maybe going to Carlsbad or Oceanside for the night?" Like you don't want to wait until.
Yes.
You don't want to wait until the embers start, coming through the trees. I was living in Fullerton, and there was a fire 2 miles east of me, and I didn't see any embers, but I was getting a lot of ash hitting the neighborhood. And that was like 2-3 miles away. So the hot embers, they can be like a mile ahead or so, mile and a half.
Yeah.
And there was a fire while I was in Fullerton. There was a fire up at Cajon Pass, and then we had a Santa Ana wind come through, and it just blew that ash, all that charcoal, carbon, and everything, straight through it. I mean, my apartment got hit with it, and it went all the way to Huntington Beach. Just cleaned all that ash and charcoal off the mountainside.
Yeah, I got a buddy that lives in out in Escondido in a little 12-home kind of exclusive thing out in the middle of nowhere. And on the last major fire, well, this isn't really a major fire compared to that, right? But the last major fire that was out by Escondido, he said the 12 homes are all buddies, and so they went together and went 5x whatever your fire zone's supposed to be. They've been 5x that and had all sorts of systems set up and everything. And he said it was laughable because there were fireballs the size of football and basketballs flying from one end of the fire zone over the house, to the other supposed safe side of the horizontal, 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He said if that would have hit a window or an attic or something, it wouldn't. There's no.
My brother lives up in Etowanda, and they had a fire up there in the hills, and they had all kinds of smoke damage in the house.
He said
they got good insurance, because he just called up the insurance company, and they went through that house, took out all the carpeting and drapes, and vacuumed everything up in the attic and everywhere. Paint job. There's a flare.
What's that? It hits.
It's that. I think it's the creosote bush.
Oh, it's a specific type of.
Yeah, it's got a lot of oil in it. That oil is a sign of a class Bravo fire. A black smoke is a Bravo fire, which is oil based. Now you see the way that explodes, all that heat and flame. It's amazing you can't grow that stuff and harvest it and fuel your cars with it, or generators or something, It's amazing how much heat you get off of that stuff. And what you see when you're seeing a fire, you're not seeing the fuel burning, you're seeing the combustible gases. The heat releases the gases from the wood and the fuel, and the gases come up, and then then they ignite. So if you're trying to put out a fire, you don't want to.
It's
You
not
don't.
the
You don't.
orange.
It's not. It's not the flame. You want to go where to the fuel, where the gases are coming off the fuel. Yeah, you see people. You see picture video of people taking a CO2 extinguisher and running in, going, "Eh," and they turn around, throw it in, and turn around and run away because it didn't put the fire out. I don't know if any. Is the power on inside?
Yeah, we're still good.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we won't be affected until it hits that power line.
Yeah, I live over on Tyler and Chestnut, so.
At least the wind's died down just a bit.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, I think it would have got to Marbrisa if the wind was blowing west hard and it was headed giant to Marbrisa and then it just stopped. I think Marbrisa